Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Seattle Seahawks and going over the 3 secrets to them winning the Super Bowl in 2021. But before we get into that topic, question for those of you viewing, comment down below, where do you rank Jamal Adams among safeties in the NFL? You think he's the best, second best, top 3, top 5, outside of the top 5, wherever you got him? Give me your answer and I'll give mine at the end. Getting straight into it, looking at the Seahawks, I was thinking about actually did make a couple other videos on 3 secrets for the Bucs to win the Super Bowl, 3 secrets for the Bengals to make the playoffs, and I was contemplating Seahawks to win the division, but no one wants to hear about just a simple division win. People want to hear about the big ticket to the big game for the big trophy, the Super Bowl, so that's what I'm doing. Secret number 1, though, Russell Wilson needs to be a consistent top 5 quarterback. He is a top 5 quarterback, yes. Russell Wilson, you can make the argument, is a top 3 quarterback. However, he does not always play like a top 5 quarterback. And I know guys just have their bad games. I don't expect anyone to have a full 16-game season, 17 games now, of week in, week out. You are the best player in the league, top 5 player in the league. Bad games, bad days, they just happen. Maybe 2 or 3 happen. However, Russell Wilson, it seems like half the season happens for him, and that can't be happening. I don't want to say every season, but specifically last season, Russell Wilson started hot in the first 3, 4, 5 weeks, throwing 4, 5 touchdowns a game, MVP front runner, and then he just trickled down. 1 touchdown, 3 picks, under 250 yards, losing a game here and there, losing a game they should not have, losing to the Giants, another 1 game, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and then the next week, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. They just need a consistent basis. I understand the bad game will happen. Maybe 2, I will give that to him. But still, 14, 15 games, the consistency of being a top 5 quarterback is needed if you want a Super Bowl ring. Not every quarterback ever that's won a Super Bowl is top 5. I understand that. But for the Seahawks' sake, a team that is very reliant on their quarterback play, they need Russell Wilson to be week in, week out, that type of guy. Even if his top 5 consistency isn't 5 touchdowns and 0 picks and 450 yards, that's fine. But if we could get the Russell Wilson that can put up 300 yards, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 40 yards scrambling, just his consistency, just his level of play that puts him in that top 5 range with Mahomes, with Rodgers, with Watson, with Allen, with Brady, with Lamar, however you have your top 5, it's probably with 5 or 7 of those guys. Watson might not be playing, so Russell Wilson might get a break there. We need him to play top 5 quarterback for most of the season, about 90% of the season. That is secret number 1. We can't have those mishaps of this week he's hot, this week he's cold, this week he's hot, this week he's cold. Like I said, a cold week or so is fine. Everyone has a bad game, bad day. You just not your day. That is fine to an extent, but for the most part, I need more consistency from Russell Wilson compared to last year, at least. Secret number 2, the Seahawks defense needs to scratch the surface of being a top 10 defense. They don't got to be top 5, but they can't be lacking in the top 20. Again, if the Seahawks want to win a division, a top 15 defense may work. A top 8 quarterback in Russell Wilson may work. But we're talking about a Super Bowl ring, not just winning the division, making the playoffs, having some fun, and leaving. I'm talking about winning the division, making the playoffs, winning the Super Bowl. And therefore, there's some strict criteria and strict secrets here to them winning it. Again, secret number 1, him being top 5 consistently. And number 2, top 10 defense scratching the surface of that. Could be 11 maybe, but still, because there's some tough defenses out there. I'll give it to them. I'm not trying to act like the Seahawks got this in the bag. This isn't the Legion of Boom we're talking about. But the Steelers, the Rams, the Bucs, the Dolphins, Vikings, Bears, Ravens, Broncos, you name it. I'm sure there's someone off the list I left. Colts are pretty good. Browns, they changed their defense a lot. And I'm sure there's still a few more I'm not thinking of. Seahawks need to get there in that realm of top 10. And I think they could do it. Bobby Wagner is arguably the best linebacker in the league. You could make the argument they have both, the best linebacker and best safety. I'm not saying they have that, but I could understand the argument to it. You got Trey Flowers. You have Carlos Dunlap. The pass rush is getting there. Linebacker core has a leader. The secondary has a leader. It's just a time of developing these brand new guys. I brought in a good amount of defense this year. Some guys just being healthy. Some guys being brought in. Pete Carroll hopefully just going to be a little more innovative. I like this defense a lot more this year than I did last. I'm still skeptical of it being this stellar defense and them winning the Jamal Adams trade. But I do expect big things from them in the sense of being a top 15 defense, but a top 10 is when we're talking about the Super Bowl, because both the offense and defense is balanced out and one isn't just carrying the other. Jordan Brooks as well. I'm a pretty big fan of him. A lot of people might not, but I might just be a little biased because I like him. I'm a pretty big fan of him. He's in the linebacker core, Bobby Wagner. I like the Seahawks defense, but Super Bowl needs to scratch the top 10. They could be number 10, like I said, maybe 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, but I don't expect top 5. But if they could just be in that range as one of the best in the league, they will be looking like they have a bright future. And then the third secret is DK Metcalf needs to solidify himself as a top 10 receiver. If you're a Seahawks fan or if you're me, you might already have him as a top 10 receiver. I get that. He has that pure skill. He has that raw talent. But he needs to make a statement across the league to where whoever you ask, whether it be a biased fan, an unbiased fan, a player, a scout, a coach, a GM, an analyst, a broadcaster, I need DK Metcalf to play at the level to where no one, no matter how critical or biased they are, they can't leave him out of the top 10. Right now, off the top of my head, the best receivers in the league in no order, probably Devontae Adams, D-Hop, Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, Stephon Diggs. Those are 6 guys that are pretty immovable to me. Again, that was in no order. And then through your 7 through 10 range, that's where things get picky. Can DK Metcalf fit in there? You got guys that are all on pretty similar levels. Allen Robinson, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Calvin Ridley, Justin Jefferson. Those are 9 guys trying to fit 7 through 10. I'm sure there's even more I left out the list. This is just off the top of my head. DK needs to be able to top a lot of those guys and solidify his name as top 10 in the league. And therefore, I think the Seahawks can have a bright future and look like a team that can win the Super Bowl. Again, DK doesn't have to be top 10 for them to make the playoffs. Russell Wilson doesn't have to be top 5 week in, week out for them to make the playoffs. The Seahawks defense doesn't have to be top 10 for them to make the playoffs. But if you're talking about a Super Bowl, I think these are the secrets and the necessities for them to make a run that goes all the way. But you guys tell me. You may agree, you may disagree, you may think I'm spot on, you may think I'm way off, you may think I got half of them right, the other half not so much. I want to hear your guys' opinions, your takes, your comments. I'm very open-minded. I like to be unbiased. I'm willing to change my mind if one of you got the right comments or takes that could sway me one way or another. I'm open for it, so let me know down below. And referring back to the question today, or question of the video, where do I rank Jamal Adams amongst safeties in the league? It's really tough for me because there's a lot of question marks amongst guys like Derwin James. He's a big question mark for me. How is he going to be coming back from an injury? You got Jesse Bates, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Budda Baker. I'm sure there's more. I'm leaving out the list. Tyrann Mathieu, Jamal Adams. I would say Jamal Adams is top 5. I can't put him at number 1 just because him with the Seahawks last year took a while for them to get some chemistry. I think maybe this year, with them being on the same page, being on the right track, I could see him fight for top 3, top 1. As of right now, I'm going to hold him back just because I got to see if they actually click or not. Top 5 for now. I feel pretty confident, though. You guys tell me, though, where do you have them? As always, and of course, thank you for watching, guys. 2-minute warning.